Okay, so this video is about affirmations, but I'm going to be pulling a card for you to demonstrate how you can use this tool as part of your practice, and you can use a set of cards like the ones that I had talked about in the earlier video, the positively creative affirmation cards, or you can make your own affirmations, which is how I started. I just, tore up pieces of construction paper and used fun colors, colored pencils, and I drew pictures and I wrote affirmations on these pieces of paper, and then I tried to shuffle them, which was difficult because it was construction paper. and then I would pull one of these little pieces of paper, and that would be my affirmation, my mantra for the day. And I did that for several months until I finally decided, you know what, why not see about making an actual card deck with cards and a guidebook that includes messages to help kind of further integrate that affirmation with a message. So I did, and I'm really excited about the outcome. It's the positively creative affirmation cards, and they are 52 cards, each one with a different affirmation for creative people. And when I say creative people, I mean everyone is creative. It's just we're all tapping into our creativity in different ways. Some of us you are creative for a living, and some of us are creative as part of our hobby, or a little side hustle, but we all are creative. So if you're someone who is dabbling with your creativity, or you've been accessing your creativity for a really long time, these affirmations are really helpful in terms of boosting a positive mindset, which I think is key to a successful, joyful, creative journey. I fully believe that half of our success is mindset. So I have incorporated a bunch of different tools in my own practice to help boost my creative journey, and I have really enjoyed the results, not just in my creative life, but also my real world life. So today I wanted to pull a card for you. And so what I typically do is I take a deep breath and just kind of center myself. And I like to just breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, but I like to hold the breath for a little bit to just kind of, sit with that air, just the feeling of that fresh air in my body is just, I really like to savor it. So that's what I do, and I do 3 of them. So let's do that together. So breathing in, okay. And when you're doing your breaths, of course, do them at your own pace. You don't have to hold it as long as I do, whatever feels comfortable to you. But I do like the 3 breaths to just kind of center myself. And then what I do is I think about an intention for my day. And if I'm pulling a card in the morning, this is, I kind of think about what I'm expecting the day to bring, what I would like the day to bring, any potential obstacles that I think might come up, any struggles that I think I might encounter. And I just kind of think about all of that and decide on one main focus, because I could certainly say I need to focus on this, and this. because there are that many goals that I have throughout the day. You know, I have more than just one intention throughout the day, or more than one focus. But I have come to the understanding that if I just keep my focus on one main thing, then the other things will also flow as they need to. It's when I allow my focus to scatter and I divide my attention too much throughout the day and try to make everything a priority, that's when I get myself into trouble. So I pick one priority, one main focus for the day. That's what I'm going to make sure I get done. And then the other things that have to come up, that have to happen throughout the day, they generally do. Because I've already allowed that flow, you know, just because I've kind of stopped trying to control things. So anyway, picking a focus. So my actually focus is for just a message for everybody, a general message of well-being is my intention for you. And that's what I'm going to pull. So I'm focusing on, you know, sending you a message of general well-being. Okay, so this is what came up. I choose to handle criticism with an open mind and an open heart. Okay, so at the top, it's card number 22. So I'm going to read the message that goes with that affirmation. So it's 22, so I open it to the book and I'll read it to you. Your creative work will not please everyone, and it's not supposed to. Finding our ideal audience who loves our stories, photographs, workshops, music, or art is part of the process when we're ready to introduce our creativity to the world. You'll find your ideal audience. Your people are out there, I promise. Your creative work belongs in this world, and there are people who need it in their lives. Finding your audience will take some time and energy and clarity, so be patient and persistent. However, you have to also accept that you will not resonate with everyone. Some people will politely pass you by, while other people might seek to hurt or shame you. Understand that anyone who goes out of their way to make another person feel bad is projecting. If this happens to you, know that it is not about you. It's about them. They're dealing with stuff, and you're not responsible for them. Move on. Don't waste a single second worrying about it. In cases where the criticism is constructive and well-meaning, we still can feel hurt, disappointed, defensive, or frustrated, even angry. This is especially true if we've been struggling to find success for longer than we expected. This card is to remind you to process criticism before taking any kind of action or making any kind of response. Listen with an open mind and an open heart to be sure you have all the information you need in order to make the best next step. Be flexible with your expectations about your project when you share it with others. You aren't obligated to make all or any changes suggested. And just because someone doesn't like what you created doesn't mean your work is terrible. There's a difference between creating for our own enjoyment and creating for an audience. It's best to know if what you're sharing is actually ready for audience consumption. If you're emotionally tied to your work, it will be harder for you to hear criticism and harder still to revise or modify accordingly. Above all, absorb the suggestions and criticism before you do anything. Processing the feedback will help you gain clarity and emotional distance, which allows you to make decisions that are in your best interests. So that's just an example of the messages that you'll find in this book. It's totally geared to support you, to encourage you, to motivate you, to inspire you. And so So what I would do in this situation, if this was a card that I had pulled for the first thing in the morning, is I'd keep it out for myself, somewhere in my workspace, and journal about it when I have an opportunity. Maybe there had been something that, maybe I read a review of something that I had done that may bother me. Anything like that. And so this card is just, coming up to tell me something that I need to pay attention to. So I really hope that message resonated with you today. And I highly encourage you to think about it and journal about it to see where in your life do you need to open up your heart and your mind to criticism and see it maybe in a different way so that you're less harsh on yourself. So let me know what you think and tell me, I'd love to know if you use affirmations already and how you use them, and if you do have a practice using affirmations, please share, because I love to hear the practices of other people. Have a great day, and I'll be talking to you later.